What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the 1894. And finally, the season is back. The football's back. It's been a long, grueling couple of months, but it's finally here. It's a Community Shield against Liverpool. I can't wait. I really can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm confident. I'm really confident going into the game. I think it's been a couple of years before I've been really confident going into a game against Liverpool. Then again, this one wouldn't usually matter as much as these would. We're going in now pretty much full strength. We have a few players we're going to leave out because the under 21, they were over in the under 21s, I imagine. But for now, we're rocking with the same squad. I'm so happy. I'm so looking forward to going into a season. This could be a really, really fun season. Joe, how are you feeling going into it?
It's weird. You know the season's around the corner when the Community Shield's around. It is the curtain raiser, regardless of how you view it. You know, whether you view it as a pre-season friendly, like most do, just a glorified pre-season friendly where you get a trophy. But nowadays, for pre-season games, you get a trophy anyway, so it doesn't really make that much difference. But this is... I'm not bothered about the result. I'm never really bothered about the result in the Community Shield. Obviously, it's nice to win because you want to start your season off strong. You do get a trophy for winning it. And of course, if we don't win it, we can't win the quintuple, so season's over before it even starts. But... I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I know Liverpool have a couple of injury issues on their side of things. I think for us, it was just we have a couple of unconfirmed issues. Obviously, will be revealed. Well, probably the day of that you're seeing this, it'll probably have already been revealed. We do these most of the time before the press conference, so we don't know. We're genuinely just going off who we know is fit, who played in pre-season pretty much, but I'm looking forward to it. It's, you know, I'm almost certain Liverpool haven't won a Community Shield under Jurgen Klopp, so I'd quite like to not be the first team to give him that. I'd quite like to win this one, get one over early on in the season. Bit of mind games.
I know you said you don't really care about the Community Shield, but I think I love it. Right? I think it's a good pace setter. We're going out against what is the second best team in England, and we want to win. Everyone wants to win. It's not even for the trophy. It's like you said, mind games. Get one over on Liverpool early on to say this is the pace. We're setting it now. We're gonna fucking beat you another 2 times as well. That's what it has to be. That's what we have to go out with the mindset of. We're letting them know. We're letting them know we're there. Basically, that's what it is. I think that's what it has to be. But we're going to have the predicted level. I'm not sure if it's that side or that side, but somebody won the sides. You're going to see we haven't actually been able to get the new pictures because Man City don't let you save them off the website, so that's pretty cool. But you can see it there. Pretty much full strength. It's kind of an amalgamation of the one against Club America and Bayern Munich. But Joe, what do you think of the squad? Don't go through it now, but now.
I won't go through it name by name. Obviously, you've got your obligatory cup competition backup goalkeeper. He's done this every single time, every single year. It cost us last year. Hopefully, it won't cost us this year. Fingers crossed. You know, Ortega, Moreno, whichever one you want to refer to him by, has functioning hands, arms, legs, everything. He can save a football. Hopefully. Again, like I'm not too worried. I know Liverpool, the Klopp, I don't know whether it wasn't a press conference because it's a bit early for that. I don't know if it was just a normal interview. He said that Jota is not available for Liverpool. He said that Alisson is not available for Liverpool for the Community Shield. So they're 2 pretty big misses. So whether Klopp would have gone for a backup goalkeeper against us in the Community Shield, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think he did a couple of years ago when we actually won it against them on penalties. I don't think he did. We did. We went with Bravo. Pep always does it, whether Community Shield, Carabao Cup, FA Cup. Substitute goalkeeper always plays, and it's something that, you know, it's the easiest one to pick out, really. Like, if he doesn't start, I'll be surprised, because the next time he's going to be able to play is the 3rd round of the Carabao Cup, which is a few months into the season, so I'm looking forward to it. He looked actually all right against Club America, to be honest. I mean, he's comfortable on the ball, which is something that we've been asking for our backup goalkeeper, to be able to kick the ball. So yeah, there shouldn't be really any issues there. Of course, the only other 2, you know, sort of maybe not first. I think first choice, second choice is a bit harsh because we have such a good squad. But Nathan Ake, he did well in pre-season. Stones is the under 23s. Who knows how fit he is? Laporte is supposedly short of full fitness, as you'd kind of expect, given how he ended last season. And Grealish for Foden, it's a toss-up, but Foden was with the under 23s. So kind of just give it to Grealish because he probably our best player on pre-season. So I would. Whether Pep will, I don't know. But regardless, like, it's a good team, whatever we put out realistically. Like, we're in a lucky position where we've only got maybe one glaring injury issue right now.
That's it. I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with the team. Again, like you said, you can't go wrong, really. The only reason I was kind of edging Grealish because of how good he was in the preseason. I was really, really impressed with him. That goes the same for Ake as well. Regardless of if Laporte and Stones are fully fit, which I don't think Laporte was. I don't think Laporte is fully fit. I think it's more so the toss up between Stones and Ake. But Ake I was really, really impressed with. I think he was our best consistent defender throughout the preseason. He played both games. He was great in both games. So I think he has to play personally. But again, you can't go wrong. I'm not going to be annoyed if he turns around and starts Stones because now I'm somewhat of John Stones enjoyer. But someone who maybe won't feel aggrieved, but someone who really impressed in the preseason who's not getting a run out here might make the bench is Joshua Wilson Esbrand. I know we didn't even give it a consideration, but you might feel a little bit aggrieved to be left out because of how good he was in both games. You know, he looked very good on his defensive coverage. He looked really good on getting forward as well, which again, you're going to have to be able to do in a Pep system, especially now that Cancelo's just bombing up. You're going to have to be good defensively. Do you think there might be a bit of a show for him?
No. Not a chance. Not against Liverpool. If it was similar situation to last year, it was Leicester, maybe. Liverpool, not a chance. Not a chance. Do I want him going up against Salah? Absolutely not. I don't want to knock his confidence at all. And we know we're in for a left back. We know we're in for one. We know we're probably going to sign one, which is Wilson Esbrand's minutes will be limited. Would you rather give minutes to Cancelo as a left back on that side, make sure he's ready for the start of the season, who's going to be a player who's going to play most of the games, or would you rather Joshua Wilson Esbrand, who's going to be lucky to play like 5 games this season, if we're being realistic, unless we don't sign a left back, of course, and then he's probably going to feature a little bit more, but again, like there's no need. Like, as much as he's turned into a bit of a cult hero because we've only seen him about 3 times and he's been really good. It's just, I don't see it at all. I don't see a reality in which he's playing against Liverpool when there's a trophy on the line, when there's fitness to be gained because we only had 2 pre-season games, when it's Mo Salah running down the right-hand side, our left-hand side. I don't see it at all. I'd like to, don't get me wrong. I'd like to. It'd be very interesting. Whether it's interesting in a good way or a bad way, time would tell on that one. But no, I don't see it at all. Maybe off the bench. Maybe if we get an injury, then we kind of have to really. Like, we have 2 fullbacks at the moment. It's not really looking too bright in that area. So hopefully we can get a signing across the line in that area. But I don't see it. At least not starting anyway.
No. I wouldn't say so either. I don't think he's going to get run out again. Like you said, you want players to get these minutes, like Cancelo, someone who's going to have to fill in at right back and left back throughout the season. But one man, the final man we'll touch on, is Haaland. This is the real litmus test for him now. This is to see if he can go up against what was the second best defence in the Premier League last season, if I'm not correct, and who claims to be the best centre back in the Premier League. This is the litmus test for him to see, can he do it against the best in the Premier League? I think he can, and I think he will, and he will certainly start. I'd be so surprised if he didn't start, Joe. What do you think? Do you think he's going to take well to it?
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, it's not the first time he's come up against Van Dijk, and it wouldn't be the first time he's scored against Liverpool. I mean, we're forgetting that he's not the best centre-back in the world right now. He's the best centre-back ever. He's the best centre-back ever.
Greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time centre-half. Obviously, we are very much sarcasm in that one because he's just not. Obviously, it'd be more of a test if it was a full Liverpool defence like Alisson in goal and that. But the back 4 for Liverpool should be, because there's no, at least public, injury notice on their defence. It should be what their defence normally is, which, according to Jurgen Klopp, is one of the best right-backs in the world, one of the best left-backs in the world, and 2 of the 4 best centre-halves in the world. So, it should be a real test for that Nordic meat shield up front. I have no worries whatsoever about him playing well again. It's not the first time he's come up against the Liverpool defence. Not the first time he's come up against Van Dijk. He's come up against Van Dijk a couple of times. So I'm not worried about that at all. And obviously, if the keeper's like Callagher or even Adrian at that point, Jesus, you're looking at a big drop off. But I'm confident. Whether he'll play the full game now is a bit up in the air because obviously he only played 40 minutes in pre-season. You'd imagine that we don't want to risk too much going into the season. We'd rather him be fit for West Ham. Like that's the main goal. We'd rather him be fit to start the first 10 games of the season than playing 90 minutes in Community Shield. Like I think that's the main aim. So I won't be surprised if he plays an hour or I think he will start because I think, he needs the minutes. I think you give him an hour maybe and take him off if he's, or, God forbid he gets injured, then obviously you're going to have to do something different. But I give him about an hour. I think 100 minutes of football, getting ready for the start of the season, West Ham, it's a tight schedule because of the World Cup, being in winter for some reason. We don't really need to go into that. But yeah, he'll start. I'm confident he'll start. I'm confident he'll score, to be honest. I've seen enough from 40 minutes to say he'll score, but I don't think he'll play the full game. And it'd be quite nice to see Alvarez get a run out against that sort of defence as well, because obviously he's had limited minutes and he hasn't actually scored yet. So it'd be interesting to see how he holds up against that sort of defence.
Right, so Joe, before we wrap it up, what do you think of score prediction? I always forget it. What do you think?
I think that it will be a 2-1 win. I think their lack of goalkeeper will come and cause them a bit of problems. Obviously, we know what happened last year with us when we didn't have a goalkeeper. We looked absolutely hopeless from playing out from the back. We looked under a lot of pressure at times. I think it'll be the same thing there for Liverpool. At least I hope so. But I predict they will score, and I've been saying this for weeks now. Every time I see Darwin Nunez in pre-season, he looks like he can't control a football. He looks like he's absolutely hopeless at kicking a ball. So that for me screams red flags that he's going to score against us. Because why wouldn't he? We love doing this. We love giving the player who's low on confidence or just starting their career in a new country or this or that or just starting their career in general. We did it with Mbappe. We're going to do it again. I have a feeling we always find a way to do it. And I think, you know what, he scored 4 goals and a half against Leipzig, and then in the other 5 pre-season Liverpool games, he looked like he couldn't kick a ball forwards. So he's going to score against us, I have a feeling. Hopefully not, because I think that's more embarrassing than losing at this point. Yeah, no, it's I'm not looking forward to it because I've seen it one too many times with a player like that where everyone just rips them to shreds for not being able to score or not being good in their first season or whatever, and then they come and score against us, and then that's when their streak starts. I can just see it. I've seen it one too many times.
I'm going to go with the opposite. I'm going to go 2-0 City. I'm going to say they're not going to score a goal. I think it could be hindered by the lack of, I don't want to say lack of link up, because I know they're good, but you know what I mean. He's very good at putting the ball in the net, seemingly, but he's not very good at the whole link up play. I think that'll work to their detriment. I think City will be able to keep them out pretty well. I think Kevin Kelleher is a very good keeper, so I'm not going to say that'll cost him, but I do think that if he's maybe a bit wary on the ball, I think our press, because our press looked really good in pre-season, I think the press can really just cut it out completely. So I'm going to go for a nice little 2-0. It's going to look great now they win 1-0. But that'll be that. There won't be a watch along for it, but there will be a review for it. We've just hit 3,000. You've probably seen the video here before, actually. So, but again, thanks very much. We really appreciate it. We got on the day before the season. So again, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you for the review. Mossy.